Alright, Chapter 8. Chapter 8, Section 4, Inspection of Railway Bridges. 827 of the General, the construction of the railway bridge of the same as all of the previous use of the railway bridge for the construction may also be with the steel, concrete, masonry, wood, as a result of the most aspect of the inspection of the same, including the inspector qualification for the inspection required thoroughness of the inspection. Thorough inspection of the track portion of railroad bridge is usually conducted separately with different personnel for the inspection of the standard, therefore the track inspection is not only briefly covered in this main, the primary emphasis of the bridge inspection should be with the support of the bridge structure itself. If during the inspection of the inspector find with any of the condition considered this year, now for the possibility of result of the caused by a collapse of the bridge, he should be immediately closed the bridge and notify the proper authorities. 828 Railroad deck type. The railroad deck type of the generally two different types. The one open deck with the ballast deck. The opening of the deck bridge has both the screw and the type of the stringer, the internal of the type of the pile bent with a pier with the cap on the bed. This deck bridge, the deck is solid with the floor with a regular ballast section placed on top of the floor. 829 track inspection. Previously noted that the early track inspection generally performed separately with the bridge and inspection. However, the thorough bridge inspection should include the minimal inspection of the track with the track defects. Conversely, affect the integrity of the bridge structure with itself, allowing the items related with the track should be inspected at the minimum. The check the alignment of the track both vertically and horizontally, stay with the track at the level, grade alignment of the tangent of the curve of the now. How the super elevation is provided by the cutoff of the lymph or by the tape of the cap of the bell section. Note the location of the track with the reference of the code of the uniformity of the lobe of the track, and the outline with the note of the location degree of the misalignment of the probable cause. Check the condition of the embankment of the bridge ends with the fullness of the crown with the steepness of the slope of the depth of the bulk of the whether the track of the tires whether fully ballast and well bedded. Record the weight of the condition of the track rail within inside the guardrail. Check the condition of any railway rail joints passing in the tie plates. Any rail anchor found on the track. They open the deck bridge, remove immediately any anchor that open the deck bridge. They're particularly with the danger of the cover the type of the forms integral part of the bridge structure. The shape of the rail starts to run. The rail anchors will longitudinally force into the ties of the train for the reminder of the bridge structure, possibly closing. Oh. Yeah. When anchors are used, the track of the approaching open deck bridge with every third tie, should box anchor with the four anchor with the third tie with the four, at least two rail anchors off the end of each of the bridge. Very important. No anchors will be applied to the bridge itself. 830. Deck inspection. Generally, guard line with the guy with the derail with equipment to prevent the leaving of the track of all bridge with the approach of the should be equipped with the guardrail to extend with at least 50 feet past the end of the truck for the condition of the guardrail should be also closely inspected. Look for the loose missing spike with the joint bar of the track with both the top plates. Ballast deck bridges. Check with the ballast to see if with fully in section with the ballast. There should be in measure for the base of the rail with the end of each of the bridge. The ballast section should be moved. Should be clean, free draining of the free vegetation of the soil. Mode with the other forms of the ballast. The material should note the level above the top of the ties. Thank you. Ballast bridges normally equipped with the drain hold the water of the drain with the bridge. Check of these holes and make sure they are open and free of the drain. Walkway with the walkboards along the open deck with the bridge should be maintained while the shape of the walking over the structure. Check the loop of the broken, deteriorated, missing boards. The ties should be inspected as well. Note the side of the spacing uniformity. Bring all the time of the ballast deck bridge and make all sure that all the ties are fully balanced as well. The bedded both secure the ties of the bridge. Turns open deck bridges should be checked with the deterioration, efficiency, tightness, the type of the material defect with the paragraph 83082 does not fully support the bolt. The rails should be noted. Recommended with the taping up of the reach spike with the typical tie defects are shown in the figure. 836 the tie should be considered with the defect is noted broken through split. Otherwise impaired to the extent that they would hold the spike without the rail fasteners deteriorated with the tie plate moved laterally more than 1/2 inch relatively of the cross tie. Cut the tie plate more than 2 inches. 2 inches. To the good tie, tie partial split, complete split, and then a spike killed, and then a derailment, damaged ties, burnt tie, and track on typical on curve, the typical on tangent, plate cut tie, end break, and center break, broken tie. Are cut by wheel flanges, dragging the equipment with the flat depth of more than 2 inches with the 12-inch bait with the rail with the fog load bearing, rotate, rotted hollow with the general deteriorate the point with a substantial amount of the material that came missing. The currency consecutive defective type of the category 1 and 2 that require the operating restricted specified on the table. 8.4 with the track joints should be supported with at least one defective tie with the external line within 8 inches of the railway and the shown with the figure 830 but any location of the rail shown the down support with at least one with non-defective tie operation should not exceed the 10 miles per hour. If the existing tie spacing average greater than 22 inches within the distance of the rail length of the desired space be established during the next major cycle, the track construct with the average tie spacing greater than 22 inches of the desired spacing should be established during the next track rehabilitation. Mixing with the few ties, understand desirable ties in the track, any location of the channel spacing measured along the either rail exceeding 48 inches for the operation should not exceed 10 miles an hour. Additional tie support provided for the screw ties should be straightened the next track rehabilitation. Alright, 831. Superstructure inspection. Inspection proceed with the superstructure with the proportion of the railroad bridge are the same as those. It should be the operating instruction for the number of the cross consecutive types 0 to 2 to 9. 8-3 limited speed of the 10 miles an hour. 4 maximum limited maximum speed 5 miles an hour. 5 or more no operation. Previously discover the railway bridge with the following exemption of the possible movement of the superstructure during the passage of the train should be observed that they don't accept the movement to rattle for the vibration. Observe all the members determining if they are broken to move it out of the proper position, whether the facing the device for the function properly. Check all the string of the sound with the surface of the fact that either side of the type of the number of each of the panel, the note of the bearing of the sound of the uniform, all the string of the properly cord with the securely anchored with all the string of the block with the properly installed note whether the packers separately condition of all the core bolts with the timber truss with the fire protection. Very important. The following items should be inspected. Note where the surface of the ground air around the beneath the structure is kept clean with grass, weights, and drift and other combustible materials. Alright, this shows the A30 surface of the required tie support with the retracted joint with the 18 by 18, 36 inches on the joint. Whether the rust resisting sheet metal is used with the fire protection coating the tape with the bend with the note of the condition of the metal with the fastening note. If any of the other method of fire protection has been used, such as the fire retardant solvent, the exterior of the external surface of the protective coating with the firewalls recorded such apparent with the pro observation protecting the physical condition effectiveness of such protective applications. Whether water barrels are provided with the note with the number of the condition filled with buckets with the bailing out air on hand. The sand is used to know whether the bends are full with the condition to keep the sand dry. The note the same of the particular with top surface of the side with the string of the open deck bridge for the free with the from freight fiber, punk wood, and numerous checks. Substructure, the substructure inspection. The inspection proceeds with the substructure of the railroad bridge the same of those for the previously discovered the roadway bridge with the filings and should the possible the movement that was substructure during the passage of the train should be observed. Note the extent of the vibration affection of the side slate and the movement of the pier support. Examine all the bent towers, the plumbness of the settlement, the sliding, the clenching, sliding or turning. Give things an accurate description of the nature extent of the irregularities. They note the particularly with the cast side full of the uniform bearing with the support. Alright, note that the number of the end-count piles on the top post of the bends now with the note of the uniformity to space the location any of the sub-slice menu. Remember, especially if the bridge is on a curve of the bend and is more than 15 feet in the height of the fastening device and the physical with the condition and the tightness. Alright, 833. Recommended practice. The inspector outline repair should be based on the following recommended practice for further chapter 11 to 13 of the main with specific detail for the repairs posted the outside pile of the bridge should not be from the bridge for the curve of the bend for exceeding 12 feet in height or changes where the bends are over the 20 feet in height. The high speed traffic with the traffic is heavy with more than 2 posts of pile with one bench should be if more than 2 piles are poured, all the piles should be cut off the downward below the ground line with the frame bent and some of the pile to be redriven. All posts should be boxed in addition with the toe of the nail to prevent buckling when the individual cast slices but race with the construct that have been weakened beyond the ability of the perform the intended function renewal is only remedied. When only individual string is mixed with the theory of the additional string that may be installed inside of the outside of the core to have the weakened member where the pile to give the top of the may be called double cap of the single pile or core belt. String of the change or stringer of the prospect of the Carlos each of the core of the possible multiple string. Section 5 box culverts. Type of the distributor. The culvert generally with the construction would permit the fill soup substitute with the bridge without loss of waterway. This is a combination of highly earth left along pipe like structure running of the water and tends to produce the following type of distributor. The basic of the action of the foundation movement to discover the chapter 5 here is there and need only to be listed. So of the box may either be the smoothest sag or may be the differential settlement expansion type joints. Timming of the wing wall of the lateral movement the section of the box high backments with imposed with very high heavy load at the top of the bottom slab of the earth. The sheet pressure can cover the shear of the flexural failures. Top slab construction defects can be led to structural distress. Ornamenting the form of the core of the attack of the understream, the downstream end of the box over the shear sheeting of the concrete cut off all the top of the bottom not deep. The stream may wash away the soil of the under the ends over the floor with the slab of the rim of the wing wall footing of the leading with the settlement the culvert cracking. Plugging may result with the debris collection over the mouth of the cover. This causing the flooding of the form of flotation and displacement over the part of all the box of the water leaving the box of the high velocity may cover the downstream score of the stream bed. 835 inspection. Clip the sag of the culvert in time with the light flow that may be known the location of the sediment there which over the shelf of the water within the box of the profile of the crown and may be taken check the slag of the profile roadway overhead check with the vertical differential settlement at the expansion joint check with the transverse longitudinal differential settlement expansion joint check with the widely open expansion with the water may seep from through the joint of the soil outside check with the candid wing ball with addition may be due to the settlement sides in the screw of the check of the slide failure to fill around the box of the such slides may the latter likely affect the box of the well as well. Alright, check the cracks and spot with the top of the sub of the lens will correctly indicate the true reflection of the problems of the tram, but the correctly indicate the differential settlement of cracks inside of the may be formed the settlement with extremely high pressure for the no side of the location with the crack locate the expose the rusty rebar with whether the no bottom slab of the look of the underwater undermining the side floatings for the undermining the end of the box under the wings. Examine the inside of the box of the large crack in the debris that may indicate the need of the debris rack. Check the inlet end of the culvert of the debris to note whether the vegetation obstructs the end of the culvert. If the culvert floor is visible, check the reverberations and where, and note any other sign of deteriorating the concrete box, especially the use of the suggested design, air, and construction emissions. Chapter 9, Final Documentation.